SFUSD, that's the place to be. SFUSD, bienvenidos a Tijuana. SFUSD, everyone come and see. SFUSD, join our family. S is for students, F for families too. U is for united, talking about me and you. S for solidarity, D is for diversity. SFUSD.
Feliz jueves, scientists. How's your week been going? Buenísimo. My week is going by really fast. This new year is already passing by so quickly. I guess that means we shouldn't waste any of our time together. This week we've been learning about the 5 senses so we can answer our question, how do scientists make observations? Let's review our 5 senses together before we continue our learning. Sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. Muy buen trabajo. Today, we will learn about a scientist from the past, and this scientist will be related to our study of the 5 senses. But first, I have a story to share with all of you. It's a story about me using my senses, but it has an interesting problem that relates to the scientist we'll be studying. Are you ready to hear my story? Hey, buenísimo. Well, my story takes place in my dark apartment at 6:30 in the morning. I wake up this early because it's the time I feed my dog and take him for a walk. Now, most people would turn their light on when they get up, but I can't because my partner is still asleep at this time. Luckily, I'm able to turn on my kitchen light to feed my dog, but then I have to go turn it off when we go for the walk. Scientists, this is the most challenging part of my day. I have to quietly find my dog's leash and harness, put it on him, grab my keys and my mask, and then finally open the door with all the lights completely off. Because it's so dark, I can't rely on my sense of sight. I have to use my sense of touch to feel the wall to find the leash and where the leash and harness are hanging. What's helpful when I'm trying to put my dog's harness on is that he gets really excited and wags his tail. When he does this, it hits the floor and makes a loud rhythmic thudding sound. Thud, 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 thud. This makes it easier to find out where he is. Have any of you had to rely on your other senses in the dark? Which ones do you use? So a lot of you have gone through this too. You know, it had me thinking, scientists. I was thinking about how grateful I am to have lights and electricity. This is only a problem for me in the morning during the winter, you know, because it gets so dark so early. But this also used to be a big problem when electricity wasn't available to everybody and people had to rely on oil lamps. Oil lamps were dangerous because they could catch fire, things would catch fire around them. In the 1800s, many major cities and towns had outdoor electric lighting so that people could still go out at night. But they still used gas lights indoors. Many scientists and inventors made different kinds of light bulbs that would work, but they always had something go wrong. Also, a lot of these light bulbs were really expensive, so they didn't become popular. Then in 1878, 31-year-old Thomas Edison promised the world that he would make a light bulb that would work, be cost-effective, and be ready in 6 weeks. He unfortunately was not successful in making it in 6 weeks, but he launched a light bulb on New Year's Day the next year. But it still wasn't right for the public, the people. Another inventor in England, Sir Joseph Swan, made another light bulb that seemed to work well. Edison used his invention and made improvements on it, and they worked. He tried to claim that he and his team made the light bulb and the improvements, but Sir Swan, the inventor and scientist from England, made sure he received credit. The light bulb was able to run for about 13 hours. That's half a day. This light bulb was different from the other ones before because more people could use it, it lasted longer, and it was able to be used indoors. Once electricity and indoor lighting became popular, people could work longer and spend more time together. I mean, try to imagine having a family dinner when it's really dark. You would need so many gas lights. Scientists, let's actually think about that for a moment. Can you think about how light bulbs helped people and changed their lives? You all came up with interesting things. They help us see when we eat, get dressed, when we're hanging out, and many more things. This gives me an idea for an activity that you can do at home. I've done something like this in my class before, but it'd be perfect now that we're learning about the 5 senses and how we use them as scientists. You won't need any supplies for this. I want you to see what it was like to not have light, but I mostly want you to focus on what other things you notice or observe when you have less to see. Here's what you can do. When it gets dark, go into a room and sit. I want you to pay attention to what you notice while using your other senses. But I just realized one sense will be a little difficult to use. Scientists, will we be able to use our sense of taste for this activity? You're right. We cannot use our sense of taste for this activity. That means you will only need your sense of sound, smell, and touch. So when you start the activity and you're already seated, take deep breaths to smell things through your nose. Can you smell things nearby or far away? You can write these things down if you'd like, or you could just keep them in your mind. When you're sitting, you can close your eyes when using your sense of sound. I do that because it helps me focus when I need to listen for things. If you want to challenge yourself while you're sitting in the dark, you can bring some things with you. You can bring a sweater to try to put on in the dark, or you can try to write on a piece of paper with a pencil or pen. You can really test out your sense of touch and try to do both of these challenges. Can any of my scientists come up with their own dark time challenges? Ooh, that sounds really tough. It can be difficult to make observations without using all of our senses, but that means that we don't need all of our senses to be scientists and make observations. Very interesting. And you know what? I almost forgot to share an interesting fact about the scientist Thomas Edison. He actually was hard of hearing and really struggled with his sense of sound. It's interesting that he helped everybody with their sense of sight, but yet struggles with his own senses. Tomorrow, we will have a chance to practice using all 5 of our senses and make something together. Muchísimas gracias for learning about Thomas Edison with me. Y nos vemos mañana.
Hello, friends. Mr. Ryther here. How do you learn new things about your surroundings? If you were at the park, how would you learn new things about the park? If you were at the beach, how would you learn new things about the beach? You would use what all scientists use. Your 5 senses: hearing, sight, smell, taste, and touch. The 5 senses are key to unlocking the mysteries of the world. And I wrote a song called I've Got 5 Senses. And joining me on today's song is my friend Sean Carney. Are you ready to make some music, Sean?
Ready.
I've got 5 senses to help me make sense of the world. I've got 5 senses to help me make sense of the world. I've got 2 ears to hear with. They pick up the sound waves that come near me. That's what gives me hearing. I've got 2 eyes to see with. The iris and pupil and the spectrum of light. That's what gives me sight. I've got 5 senses to help me make sense of the world. I've got 5 senses to help me make sense of the world. I got a nose to smell with. Stinky or sweet, the receptors can tell. That's what gives me smell. I got a tongue to taste with. Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. The taste buds are spaced. That's what gives me taste. I've got 5 senses to help me make sense of the world. I've got 5 senses to help me make sense of the world. I got my skin to feel with. The nerve endings tell if it's smooth or rough. That's what gives me touch. Hearing, sight, smell, taste, and touch. Hearing, Thanks, Sean, for helping me on that song. How can you use your five senses to learn new things about your surroundings? What do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you touch?
Hola, my name is Michelle Briseño and I teach kinder at Monroe Elementary, and today we have Over and Under the Rainforest by Kate Messner with art by Christopher Silas Neal with permission from Chronicle Books. Over and Under the Rainforest. Into the rainforest we hike, through slivers of sunlight and dripping wet leaves. Up in the trees there's a symphony of sound, chatters and chirps and a howling roar. What's up there, I whisper. Up in the trees, Tito asks. Up in the trees is a whole hidden world, a riot of monkeys and insects and birds. We're hiking under them now. Up in the trees, oropendolas gurgle in low-swinging nests. Toucans croak and bicker over breakfast. Down in the forest, I follow Tito along the trail, while agoutis search the ground for fallen fruit. On the footbridge, we climb up, up, up. Tito rests to catch his breath before we cross over the river below. Up in the trees, long-nosed bats sleep away the daylight, all in a row. Down on the bank, sleepy crocodiles bask in the sun. As we cross, an emerald basilisk races us to the other side, barely skimming the river's surface. Tito and I laugh at his fast, funny legs and wish we could walk on water too. We scramble over roots and rocks, climbing higher into the trees. A poisoned dart frog makes his way up a trunk with a tadpole on his back. Our hanging bridge teeters and tips with every wobbly step. I keep a tight grip on the trail. We're eye to eye with the capuchin monkeys. They hold on with arms and legs and tails, swinging through branches up here in the trees. My stomach grumbles and Tito reaches into his pack. We snack on dried mangoes and pineapple while the monkeys feast on wild almonds. Way down below, leafcutter ants march in a line, carrying bits of leaves and petals back to their nest. A long-snouted anteater snuffles along, sniffing for a meal of his own. The afternoon rain begins with a patter, a pitter-soft drumming on the leaves up above. Soon it swells to a strong, rushing pour, and all the world feels dripping and wet. A blue morpho butterfly folds up her wings and tucks away on a tree trunk. High in the branches, a soggy mother sloth and her baby sleep through the storm. Deep in the forest, the rain lets up. A parrot snake races over the trail, long and slender and green. She's hunting frogs, Tito says as the snake's skinny tail disappears in the leaves. Up in the trees, an eyelash palm pit viper hunts, two curled around a branch and patient and silent and still. High in the canopy, a furry dark shadow clings to a branch. Tito lifts his hands to his mouth and sends a roar to the sky. The forest waits. Quiet. Ooh, I wonder what they're waiting for. Let's see what happens. Then, roof, 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 comes the answer, a thunder of howler monkeys up in the trees. Oh, that's why Tito did it. Their calls quiet down as the blue sky grows dark. Night falls fast in the forest. Our walk through the treetops is through. At the base of the bridge, an orb spider weaves her web, a golden tapestry that will catch moonlight and insects tonight. There's a sudden sharp snap, and I freeze in my tracks. A crack of a branch, a long, loud rustle, then quiet again. Maybe it's a jaguar waking to hunt. Night is her time for growling and prowling through the shadows of the rainforest floor. I run to catch up with Tito as we cross the last bridge to home. Abuelita will have supper waiting, arroz con pollo, chicken, and spices with rice. The sky grows dark and birds return to their nest. I spy a squirrel cuckoo, a woodpecker, a mut-mut, flying home through the trees. Their songs fade away as a choir of insects and rain fills the dusk. A night song of darkness and water and life, over us, under us, and all around. And that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed Over and Under the Rainforest as much as I did. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!
Hi friends, it's Miss Kyra here with San Francisco Ballet's Dance in Schools and Communities program. I'm here with another dance video for you all, this time on using your 5 scientific senses. First, we're going to be looking at our scientific senses and getting them ready to work. Then we're going to be looking at a tree the way a scientist would. And lastly, we're going to review and say goodbye. We've got a lot to get through, so let's get going. Alright friends, so let's go over our 5 scientific senses. Number 1 is going to be our sense of sight. So let's engage our eyes by looking from one side to another, up and down, and all around the room using our neck to go in a circle and going the other way. Very nice job. Number 2 is going to be our sense of touch. So let's put those hands on our face and rub it all around to compare the textures. Touch and feel how that is different from the skin on your ears, to your hair, to your elbows, to your tummy, to your legs, to your feet, and to your shoulders. Do you feel yourself warming up a little bit? I do too. Number 3 is going to be our sense of hearing. Let's imagine that we're moving front, side, and back to catch a traveling sound. So let's lean forward, let's lean to the side, let's lean to the back, and to the other side, and do that in one smooth motion to go around in a circle, catching a traveling sound. Very nice job, friends. Number 4 is going to be our sense of smell. So if you've ever blown out a candle and seen how the scent goes from one concentrated place up towards the sky and wafts all around, we're gonna do that with our body. So let's start in a small ball in our room, traveling slowly upwards to spread whatever smell we want to spread, maybe your favorite smell, all around the room. Nice. Make sure you get every part. Imagine you're painting the whole room with your smell. Nice, friends. And number 5 is going to be our sense of taste. So let's imagine that there's an ice cream wall in front of us, and we're going to lick off all the ice cream on there, starting from the ground to go in a straight pathway up towards the wall, going to the side, going down in a zigzag pattern, licking that all off, going to the other side in a curvy pathway to get all the ice cream with your tongue. Nice, friends. All right, now let's move on to another example on how we can use our 5 scientific senses. Let's look at this. I have a piece of bark right here from my park, Golden Gate Park. So let's use our 5 scientific senses to observe this piece. Do you see? What's something that you see about this piece? I see some lichen growing. I see different holes, maybe that different bugs or animals might have dug in? Using our touch, what do you feel? I feel that there are roots on the back side of this. What about hearing? What can you hear about it? Maybe you could even hear how rough the texture is by running your fingers across. Nice. What about smell? If you've ever been in the woods or the park, you know exactly how this smells. And for number 5, taste, we're just gonna skip that today, just because we don't know exactly where this has been. It's been outside. So, you just used our 5 scientific senses to observe this piece of tree bark. Don't forget, as scientists, we always have to engage one more extra sense, and that's our sense of curiosity. Thank you so much for joining me as we explored our 5 scientific senses. I hope now you feel confident that you can think critically on your own. I wonder what you'll explore next using your 5 scientific senses. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Hi, Milo.
Hi.
How you doing?
How?
Yep.
Good.
Well, what are you doing? What is all this?
Dinosaurs?
Oh, that's a lot of dinosaurs. I wonder how many dinosaurs there are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How many dinosaurs are there?
10.
10 dinosaurs. Do you know anything about dinosaurs?
I know a lot.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me something about dinosaurs that you know?
Okay. Some dinosaurs didn't eat meat, like Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and
That one?
yeah, and also this one.
So none of those ate meat?
No,
Is there a name for that?
herbivore.
Oh, so all those are herbivores?
All these are,
Oh.
but these were the meat eaters, like Velociraptor, Allosaurus, and T-Rex.
Oh. Wow. So what are they called?
Carnivores.
Oh. So
Yeah.
herbivores and carnivores?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder which one you have more of. Herbivores or carnivores?
Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 herbivores and 3 carnivores.
Oh. So which group has more?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which one?
Which one has 7? Herbivores?
Yeah.
I think 7's more than 3. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. You have a lot of herbivores.
And the food chain is the herbivores eat the trees and grass, and then the carnivores come and eat the herbivores, and the carnivores keep trying to eat each other until it's up to T-Rex.
Oh my goodness. Do you know anything else about dinosaurs?
I think the oldest dinosaurs lived about 750 million years ago.
That sounds like a long time ago.
It is.
Wow. Do you know anyone that old?
Dinosaurs.
Whoa. Is there anything you can tell me about any of these dinosaurs?
They're not real.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's true. If dinosaurs aren't alive anymore. Are there different kinds of dinosaurs that you can tell me about?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
here's some theropods. Carnivores are theropods, and most herbivores are quadrupeds.
What
Like
does
these.
theropod mean, and what does quadruped mean?
Theropod means 3-toed feet.
Can I see their 3 toes?
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
And favorite food is meat, great sense of smell, and also great vision.
wow.
And
So,
quadruped means 4 legs.
can I see their 4 legs?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4.
wow. Quadruped means 4 feet?
Uh-huh.
Very cool. Well, thank you for teaching me about dinosaurs today.
And also, the herbivores had great things to protect themselves. Horns, big herbivore, spikes, armor, horns, big body, big body.
Wow. I learned so much about dinosaurs from you today. Thanks for teaching me.
Welcome.
Can we play again?
Yeah?
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, I'm Superintendent Dr. Vincent Matthews of the San Francisco Unified School District. It made me so happy to spend time with you today. I hope you had fun too.
What did you make on the show today? Submit your content here using the QR code or go to bit.ly, bit.ly/SFUSD, yes, YES, and watch all of our episodes at sfusd.edu/SF loves learning.
And now it's time to say goodbye. So let's sing our goodbye song. For this song, you have to use your whole body. Will you sing it with me? Are you ready? Wave high, wave low. For now, it's time to go. Wave your elbows, wave your toes, wave your tongue, and wave your nose. Wave your knees, wave your lips. Blow a kiss with your fingertips. Wave your ears, wave your hair, wave your belly, and wave your derriere. Wave your chin, wave your eye. For now it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye.
SFUSD, that's the place to be. SFUSD, bienvenidos a Tijuana. SFUSD, everyone come and see. SFUSD, join our family.